Welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the newest Jack Harlow project called Monica. This is his R&B cut, as he would like to call it, about, I think he said recently it was about a special woman that the whole thing was about, and he even named it after her too. So shout out Monica, the Monica out there. Shout out all Monicas. Monica from Friends. That's the only Monica I know. Anyway, before we get into my opinions on the album, I want you to subscribe, hit the like button, and also hit the bell. If you like album reviews, if you like any of that type of stuff, I'm here. I'm always here for it. I review more than just hip hop every once in a while, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's go ahead and get into Monica. This album, to me, is just kind of a little better than middle of the road. To be honest, which kind of disappoints me because I am a Jack Harlow supporter. I do like Jack Harlow. I like a lot of his songs. I think First Class, some of his number one hits that a lot of people like to dunk on, they're number one hits for a reason. People are out there listening to them, and I'm one of those people. I like Loving on Me. I like First Class. I honestly like that album a little bit better than a lot of other people do, and I didn't even like it that much. I like his next album, which I forget what it's called, but it's the one with Gang Gang and what is the other one called? I do not remember. Anyway, you know what album I'm talking about, and I like that one pretty good. I've liked a couple of his other singles. The song with Doja Cat's kind of fun. I like it, kind of cute. Uh, this song or this album is only 9 tracks. It's barely 30 minutes. I don't even think it is 30 minutes. It's 28, so it's not even 30 minutes. And we have a nice tight track list that you know is not too long at all, and I do think that benefits the project. It's kind of just a short, sweet dip into a different kind of ambience that Jack Harlow is creating, kind of a different little vibe that is a good one. It is nice to kind of play this album, kind of just driving, not really too much on your mind, feeling a little not girly, feeling a little like, I don't know, romantical, I guess you could say. A little maybe heartbroken, maybe crushing. You kind of fits all those vibes that, you could feel towards a woman. You know what I'm saying? So that type of aspect, I think it works well. My main aspect is that it's kind of, or the main thing that I dislike is that it's kind of just bland, in my opinion. It's kind of just, it's simple to a detriment. And usually I think being simple can be a good thing. I don't think it is in this case of this album. I think it's to about the blandest, most simplistic it can be. And I think that hurts it because instead of listening to this album, I'm gonna listen to other ones. And I do think that can affect a rating. If someone drops an Atlanta trap album, why would I listen to that when it's kind of mid when I can just listen to Future and get the exact same feeling and better? You know what I'm saying? Jack Harlow is that type of way. And I'm, again, maybe comparing just a run of the mill Atlanta trap artist to a big dog like Future is a little unfair, but like that's kind of what we're getting at here. Nothing about this stands out in the landscape of R&B. And you can argue that it doesn't have to. And I agree, it doesn't have to be enjoyable. And I'm not saying it's not enjoyable. I'm just saying that this album, when it comes to the grand scheme of things and when it comes to what I'm going to listen to and what I'm going to replay, this is not what I'm going to think of. Everything, production isn't bad, but it is simple. It's bland. It's kind of your run-of-the-mill R&B beats. The lyrics are your run-of-the-mill R&B lyrics. His voice even isn't too crazy, but it does sound good. Jack Harlow has a nice voice. I like his melodies. He's got it there. His flows are nice. He's got that. That is better. But I don't like his voice enough to come to it immediately. I do like some of these songs. I think Prague is pretty good. So is My Winter. All of My Friends is one that I have came back to more than once. I do like that song pretty good. And that is only a third of the album. That's a little unfair because it's 3 songs out of 9. So a third isn't that bad. All things considered, it's not good, but it ain't that bad. But those are the only ones that I'm really going to come back to out of this whole 9 track little adventure that Jack Harlow takes you on. I wouldn't even call it an adventure. This album is more like a late night drive almost. Like going on a little walk with Jack Harlow and his feelings about this person that he's singing about. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I definitely don't. That's why I'm not giving it a bad rating per se. I'm more so going to give it a middle of the road rating because And I do think that is a bigger problem with Jack Harlow that I have that doesn't take away from my enjoyment of his songs or his albums, is that he kind of just, a lot of people give him credit for just trying something and not really diving into it. Like, he gets a lot of credit for trying to dabble into an R&B album. I don't even think he dabbles in, like, yeah, I guess he technically dabbles in an R&B album, but that's it. He's dabbling in it. He's not actually committing to it. He's not, everything is run of the mill. He's not trying to do anything different. He's not trying to be kind of unique, and he doesn't have to. And again, you can make that and it be enjoyable, but it's not going to be beyond just listening to it for like a couple times, and that also, in my opinion anyway, is what leads to an album, not even just Monica, but leads to albums or leads to songs just kind of in and out of my rotation really quickly because they are not unique. Nothing about them stands out compared to other drops or other like albums or songs that have came out. You know what I'm saying? Like, take Brent Faiyaz, a big dog. You know what? I'm not even going to say Brent Faiyaz. I haven't reviewed the new Black album yet. That'll probably be tomorrow or the next day's video whenever I have like a script for it. But the new Black album, Love is the New Gangster, actually feels different than a lot of other R&B albums. Not in drastic ways, but you get a different vibe. You get a little bit of a different sound. A lot of that's helped by his unique voice. And Jack doesn't have a unique voice. He has a nice one. I wouldn't call it unique. You know what I mean? It's not like, it's not crazy. I mean, it sounds good, but that doesn't mean it's unique. Black has a unique voice and has a unique delivery and a unique flow and kind of a unique way that he goes about talking about things that I've always thought. And his storytelling in his songs is a lot better than what Jack Harlow can do. That, the amount that I've listened to that album compared to this one, even though they are two R&B albums, and these guys, honestly, Black isn't even probably, I think if you just go like Spotify monthly listener for monthly listener, Black's not half as popular. If you just go off that number of monthly listeners. And realistically, he's probably IRL not even a third popular. Black doesn't have number one hits, Jack Harlow does. I don't think Black has number one hits. Unless Calling My Phone went number one, but I don't think it did. Maybe it did. I could be lying. Anyway, this album, though, just back to Jack Harlow and Monica, is definitely not bad. I think overall, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's very run of the mill, but it's better than mid. I don't want to give it a smack dab in the middle of the road 5 because I do think it's a little bit better than that, but not much. After about a week or two of this album being out, or well, actually, let me rephrase. After about a week or two of me listening to it, the couple songs that I took, which were I think My Winter and Prague, were the main two that I was bumping in the what's it called? Ask for My Friends. Is that what I said? What it was called? I was looking at it, and then I've done All of My Friends. Sorry, I'm not. I hate remembering song titles. I listen to a lot of music to remember the titles, but those two, those main two, and if you want to throw in All of My Friends, you can. They kind of came and went out of my rotation. I listened to them. I had a good time listening to them. I didn't listen to them enough to learn the words or nothing like that, but like they were a good solid time, good little vibe. And then that's kind of it. You know what I mean? They're kind of gone. I'm not going to come back to them because why would I? Better things have came out, and there are better things to listen to concurrently before this even came out. You know what I mean? So 6 out of 10, I think is fair. If you like the review, if you made it this far, you should subscribe. I do reviews all the time. I'm about to make a short about my new vinyl that it just came in the mail a couple days ago. So if you want to watch that, hit the bell and you'll know when it drops. Subscribe. I love you guys. Bye.